now. Okay.
Hey, we're back, baby.
Hello, Toots.
Hello there, sir. Welcome back, baby.
Yeah. It's the, oh man, I tried to get, when I said I was a little harried.
Uh-huh.
All right. It's morning. We're doing it in the morning. Normally we do in the afternoon, and we did it once before in the morning, and the sun, is.
Yeah. We had to have sunglasses on that episode. I remember
Yeah,
that episode.
and we'll probably wear we got a couple of branches, kind of covering us. But I wanted to get coffee really bad,
Okay.
but before I got here, because the last time we did a morning thing, I was, drinking my coffee. I was also probably still wearing the Kangol because I'm not, my hair's not ready yet for the for the day. Yeah, right.
It has to form into itself.
But I foregone. I went without coffee because I'm all about being on time.
Oh, I appreciate that.
I know. It's respect.
I got so much I got to get done in a little bit of time as well today. For the people at home that don't know, I am going on vacation.
Yeah.
Another one. What's new?
Well, and we did it. No, we did it once before.
Yeah.
With you're going away. We thought, oh, we're going to do like a Zoom and we'll do a split screen. And it said, boy, I just if I can't do this, I'm not right.
They got that old school. You got
no, it ain't
reach out and touch.
No, I don't. You could call it old school. I just call it. I don't want to call it human touch.
It's a preference.
Oh yeah, warmth and connection, and it's a lot harder to do.
In distance.
Through a fucking screen.
Yeah.
So anyway, so you're going to. You want to whip into the yo, and then we can, get on with what we're going to talk about?
Yes, I will, sir. So if this is your first time watching Foster and Feinstein, we do this show once a week, and we talk about any and everything under the sun. And literally, we're under the sun today. So without any further ado, I'm going to bring you into the show with the yo. What's up, man? It's your boy, Foster.
Feinstein.
And we're back with another one, man. So if it's your first time rocking with us, please like, share, and subscribe if you haven't already. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, I like to think that we've been doing this. I may have to just check, just out of curiosity, how many episodes we have. It's not a year.
It's about a year.
You think it is?
It's about a year. Yeah.
Really?
About a year. Yeah, I think so because I looked at one of the first videos recently, and it said like 11 months ago or something like that. It was uploaded. It was like had 100 and something views.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I know if we're not, we're really close, which is really cool, man.
Yeah.
Doing this, for
a whole year, baby. Consistent.
I'm gonna look though, because I think to me that's like worth. I know you're gonna be like, oh, because here I am. It's like, how much time do we have left? Always my thing.
Yeah.
But I think a year is kind of a cool kind of recognition.
Yeah.
So
Mile marker.
Yeah. Considering the temporary nature of most everything, including life.
Right. True.
Some consistency is very cool.
Exactly.
You know
Especially
what I mean?
with nowadays, like how the attention span of things are like shortened, completely shortened. It's like people can't even continue to walk in the same direction without being like, oh shit, I forgot my mask. Let me turn around.
Oh yeah. Oh, nice. For a minute, I said, what did you feel? What? Oh yeah. Oh, okay.
Shout out to Chicago too, because they're getting rid of the mask mandate starting March 1st, and I'll be there when it happens.
Okay.
So that's a good thing.
Yeah. So he's going away, which again, normally with the time of day. So we're just trying to accommodate the travel schedule, and there you have it, and stay with us. Certainly, our story is ongoing, man.
Yes, sir. Speaking of stories, you heard about what Russia finally did to Ukraine?
Yes.
Yes? You might just kind of facing me.
Oh. All right.
Okay. What do you think of it? What do you make of it?
I think of when I think of like world affairs and how the world conducts itself. I think it's like a bunch of teenage boys, right? Sitting around and somebody, yeah, my parents aren't. Let's all get together in the basement, in our finished basement. So all these boys are hanging out together, and it's like, hey, yeah, oh wow, mine's bigger than that.
Yeah,
And then it's like, it's always like besting each other, fighting, insecurity,
Well,
and it's the conduct of world affairs, and
that's crazy.
and it has been
Because it negatively affects the world's affairs. Honestly, like the stock market, there's so much red in the stock market today. When I woke up this morning
yeah.
to check, it's like, I mean, I still was able to make money because I put my puts in, or I bet that the stocks that I was watching was going to go down. And it's crazy because Moderna had earnings reports, and Moderna stock was one of the only ones that were green today out of the ones I was watching.
Because they made so much goddamn money. Oh man, I'm like criminal how much money they make, and they're still making it.
Yeah.
And after all the money they made, they still will not relinquish their patent rights.
Wow.
So poorer countries can basically, copy the formula
Right.
without getting into trouble. So, they could get vaccinated.
So monetized.
And again, it's not it's not an argument about the efficacy of the vaccine or not.
The option.
It's just
The option-
fair,
the option
man.
to
I mean, it's
choose.
like, geez. And that's all part of the same thing. Getting back
To the world affairs.
yeah, and Putin, and when the Soviet Union, when it broke up, great celebration in the West. You know what I mean? The big bad bear, right, is now hobbled.
Right.
And then what the West has done is we've gone around to the countries that kind of
Gained independence
they gave birth to themselves with the collapse of the Soviet Union. You got the Kazakhstan, a lot of stands.
Right,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
Kazakhstan and Whippistan and
Yeah.
Motherfuckerstan. There are a lot of fucking stands,
A lot of stands.
right? But
Stanley.
But Serbian, but the Ukraine was big. That's a big chunk of land. So rather than just kind of let it be, the West, those boys in the basement, go around trying to draw those countries that border
Our side.
to join NATO.
Yeah. Give them weapons, give them things.
Right?
Yeah.
So,
money.
and Poland, I know, Poland, I believe is already in the European Union. We've got, missiles there.
Right.
So,
But do you think that Russia invading Ukraine should warrant the NATO services to get involved to do something about that, or you think that's just like?
Here's the real dilemma with nuclear weapons, is that if you have two nuclear powers fighting each other, okay,
Nobody wins.
one of them morons is going to do one of these, and he's going to pop a missile.
Yeah.
And then you've got a shit show of unbelievable proportions.
Like
so,
we did.
huh?
Like we did.
Yeah.
We flexed our muscles.
With
Not,
Nagasaki and Hiroshima, sure.
which didn't end well, but luckily Japan, recovered quickly.
Well,
In hindsight, to what could have been. It could have been a lot worse.
yeah, and again, I'm not really that much of a student of history, but they were going to quit.
They were going to quit.
It was really.
That was just a show of force.
We didn't have to do what we did. We didn't have to bring that kind of suffering to. And again, it's never.
It's like pissing on a burning body to put them out.
Yeah, and it's never the perpetrators. It's like the people.
Yeah. Exactly. Who have to suffer.
Yeah.
One thing, I didn't mean to cut you off, but
That's
one
cool.
thing that a lot of people aren't talking about in the news is that China is also doing the same type of invasion with Taiwan. And it's not hitting the mainstream media.
well,
I wonder why. You probably know about it, but you know about everything.
No, I don't know about everything, but again, getting back to the, yeah, I mean, I cover it. I'm always looking at that in the, for the podcast, along with Hong Kong.
Okay.
Did
you drop your podcast this week? I didn't get the alert.
Oh wow, really?
On text message, you just say "Mine and a Motorcycle" episode, whatever.
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
Last night.
Oh, last night.
I did last night.
Okay.
Maybe 5, 6 o'clock, 6:00,
Okay.
6:30.
It's probably on my phone right now then somewhere.
But I don't want to.
Sorry. Yeah.
No, that's that's cool.
Off subject.
But so I do follow, that kind of stuff, and like with China, and then China and Russia have gotten fairly close,
Yeah.
because obviously, again in the basement, you got all of these guys over on the west.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, of course.
And provoking and doing all the other stuff.
But China is in a really interesting position, much more so than all the European countries and the U.S. and Canada, because it's obvious for us. We're totally opposed. It's wrong. We're going to be sanctions, of course, with the exception of Trump, who thinks it's wonderful, because the last thing in the world, by the way, that this son of a bitch would care about is suffering. He does not care that there are. By the way, there are already. I don't know what the numbers are. There are already huge numbers of casualties, deaths, wounded
100%,
in the Ukraine.
Anytime you use a bomb to do anything, you're going to have collateral damage, whether it's human or whether it's buildings and vehicles. Like, they've blown up tanks and.
Well, which again, this whole thing really. You'll get to watch this at some point. We're really at the very beginning of this story,
conflict,
right? Because it doesn't matter what day it is, when you're watching. But today, early this morning on our time, Russia invaded the Ukraine. So it's really a fresh story. Right. It's just unfolding. Yeah. They, by the way, already they have taken Chernobyl.
Yeah, I just saw that today too.
And I'm not sure.
That's the nuclear plant, right?
Yeah, but it's the one that
blew up,
and it's got protective covering around it to keep the radioactive stuff in, and they're bombing the shit. So it's gonna release radioactive poop.
That is not a good thing.
It's no question. By the way, it was already a mess, just like Fukushima.
Yeah.
In Japan.
When the tsunami hit and everything.
Yeah, that's in a whole other conversation. But the genius of nuclear energy and the fact that, just because you can do something.
I was told, or I don't know if I was told per se, but I read somewhere that nuclear energy is a lot cleaner than gas and oil for energy. For the burning of it.
That's true. The problem.
The mishandling of it sometimes.
Well, no, the problem is the waste.
Okay.
So nuclear waste is I lived in New Mexico, near Los Alamos, and nuclear energy. The nuclear waste, first of all, it's very bad.
It's radioactive.
It's radioactive, and it can last for thousands of years. So. Where are you going to put it? Are you going to put it in the ground? It's going to leak into the ground.
I got an idea.
No, don't launch it into space. What?
Yeah. we switch everybody to nuclear energy, the whole world, and then we use solar energy to send it to outer space and put it in the fucking cosmos and let the aliens deal with it, like our last episode.
It's really. Whenever we seem as a mankind, when we come up with like good ideas, we automatically start thinking, all right, how are we going to make money with this? Nuclear energy was, oh man, I mean, the possibilities medically and all of that are unbelievable. What's the first fucking thing we do? We build a bomb. So,
we split atoms and shit.
Yeah. We're so involved with how intelligent we are, we're incredibly stupid.
Facts.
And getting back to stupid, we've got this Russian bear, Putin, and you start thinking, what are you thinking, man? I mean, what world are you living in where you're gonna invade a country? It doesn't even matter it was part of it. You're just sending in the military.
He said that there was human suffering going on there, and that the regime that was there was trying to eliminate a certain race of people, and that he was stepping in to try to stop that. Like, it was some genocide going on, and some other things. Which who the fuck knows? We're not actually in those places to report.
I
what's
don't.
really going on.
No, I mean well, certainly there's major league genocide going on in China. With the they are Muslim Uyghur. Impossible to spell. UHGH.
I remember you spoke.
Concentration camps, man, with like a couple of million of them, locked away. And I'm not sure about the Ukraine. I know the issue was the part of the Ukraine that's closest to Russia.
Okay.
That's the eastern part. Putin wants the eastern part.
Okay.
And that may be how it ends. In other words, that the Ukraine may get shrunken.
Okay.
As a way to make, because you.
Like America took half of Mexico, not half, but part of Mexico, Cali.
What do you mean? It's like how America took America.
All of America, you're right, huh? Shout out that.
But when you go in, and in any kind of a situation, and you bully, boom, 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 and then all of a sudden it's like, it looks like you're getting thrown a crumb, but it's what you wanted
anyway
all along.
Right.
Do you know?
Yeah.
So it's this massive reaction, and he probably wants that portion of the Ukraine absorbed into Russia.
Okay.
But
I can see that.
Today's the first day, and boy, it's just beginning to unfold. And I don't even know why the Western countries are kind of like doling out sanctions. Okay? I would have whacked this son of a bitch with everything.
I got a
day
theory.
one.
I got a theory.
Okay, I'm sure. Okay.
So I think that all of this happened because of the transfer of power, and Platinum Jubilee. You know what Platinum Jubilee is? It was the reign of the Queen
the
for
Queen.
77 years.
Yeah.
And like nobody else has done that in our modern history.
Right.
And so now all of a sudden news came out that the Queen is dead. The Queen is dead. It's like now it's time to move on to whatever you were strategically thinking about as far as Russia and China and Taiwan and Ukraine, because now they're like, there's going to be a scramble, there's going to be a power vacuum, it's going to be like, let's make this move now while people are trying to organize.
First of all, Liz didn't croak, did she?
She did.
She did not.
I swear she's dead.
She does not.
She's dead.
Queen Elizabeth?
Queen Elizabeth is dead.
No way.
100 years old, yeah.
When did she? No way. When did you?
I can't confirm nor deny because I didn't see it.
I didn't see it in the paper.
But, no, I saw it in
Why did you see it?
What was it? It was
It's not some wackadoodle.
it probably was some wackadoodle.
She's not dead.
But I saw it through three different sources.
Yeah, but
We'll look it up after this and see.
Yeah, no way. I can. It.
Like if she's alive, she's on like life support.
Jesus Christ, she's 99, but honestly, I don't know enough details about history and all of the stuff that goes on. But I know there are all sorts of theories about the Queen and the papacy and all of that, really kind of complicated how money's controlled by certain families. Yeah, I don't know. I tend to be somewhat skeptical about it because it implies a kind of intelligence that we don't. As far as I can tell, we're not really that smart. So
yeah,
okay.
In hindsight, true.
So I love the conspiracies that Lee Harvey Oswald didn't act alone.
Right.
Okay, so you want to tell me that so he didn't act alone, but out of whoever else may have been involved, not one of them squealed? But you can say, they were all killed, but who killed them, and why didn't the killers do something? And especially,
CIA? I can see the CIA doing some shit like that.
But especially now, right, where you've got like
covering your tracks.
Well, no, but or in terms of the Me Too movement, which I have no criticism, but someone's like, well, 30 years ago he touched my tit, which may or may not be true, but now you know, in this day and age, it's become very popular is not a good word, but to come clean about. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like, so with
About
all
past
this time,
transgressions and
nobody's talked about, you know, who else killed Kennedy, and all of that kind of stuff. And I think those things require a level of intelligence we don't have.
They killed so many goddamn Kennedys.
No,
Like,
but
it got to the point where I think if somebody was to squeal, they would be so frightened that they're like,
I don't.
I'll just leave it at be. Let history be what it is.
I don't. You know, I don't. I just don't. I don't personally think so. Just because any of these kind of things, Jesus, man, they involve like. It's not like they involve 2 or 3 people.
Right.
A lot of people are in on shit like this. Not one of them opens it for like a $20 million book deal, and then they get their face changed and their fingerprint, and they're living in Somalia, which is not a good idea.
No.
But
Speaking of the Me Too, though, because you just mentioned that there's a new documentary out about Bill Cosby.
Yeah.
Did you see it?
No.
I think I'm gonna watch it on the plane today because it's one of those things where what it seemed like when I watched the previews and some of the clips was that it's people talking about him on both sides, the predatorial side and then like the good guy side, and what nobody talks about anymore. What he did for America and black comedians and all that.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't think it was worth it, but. No.
Why?
He was like he was a bad dude, and it's
that's like
do I know?
So is Trump. That doesn't mean anything.
Well,
I bet you if they had a documentary about it, you'll check it out. Putin's
oh,
probably
no.
a bad dude in a lot of people's lives, but I bet you got a good side too.
I don't know. He's pretty terrible.
Fucking Biden might be the worst out of all the humans I know. And he's our president.
Well, he's not terribly competent.
He's what he's competent towards, he's still terrible at. Like he's a terrible. You look at all his old interviews and like when how he used to talk, like when he had hair and he was like younger than you and me, you know, like in his fresh 30s. He was not a good guy.
He's a career politician.
Career racist. And he liked touching little girls like this and doing like this.
Well, I don't know that.
He's so pretty.
No, I'm not.
He's so pretty.
No, that you got to be really careful about. I don't know exactly what you would call it, but like Cuomo, who I don't care for at all.
Mm-hmm.
Italians are very, very touchy.
Yeah.
And always, and it was never that you know they're there's a difference between oh wow, you look really great today to like boom, right. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Or like, oh, your legs are great. Whop!
Right.
It's like
right.
that
nah, that's true. But
okay. And I think I don't think it's a fine line.
Okay.
But again, easy for me to say. I'm not a woman in a situation that could be compromising. But there's bad shit. There's physical invasion of your space.
True.
And I think the Cosby. I'll probably watch it. I have no. I wouldn't say I grew up with the guy. I was already pretty older. I wasn't a kid when with the Cosby Show. I didn't care for it because it was white.
But honestly, too, if you think about it, is so for Trump, for instance, when we know for a fact he's a bigot, a fucking, what is the word where you fucking discriminate against women? Whatever the word is. Misogynistic. Yeah, he's misogynistic. He's this. He's that. But nobody talks about those limo rides that he had when he's getting there, literally grabbing bitches by their pussy. I don't mean to say bitches. Sorry.
Okay.
But it's like, and he became our president, and like, there's nobody who is going to paint him. Well, not nobody. I guess there's a lot of people who will paint him as a bad man, but we automatically threw everything that's good about Bill Cosby away when he was prosecuted. And I feel like that's unfair for a 90-year-old man.
first of all, these were criminal proceedings,
True.
and his good deeds have no place in the courtroom environment. Because if it was brought up, the judge would say,
No,
it's
true.
not
I'm
relevant.
talking about more about for the documentary to hear.
Oh
to
man,
see the good sides and,
Jesus Christ! What
you
he
know,
did
humanitarians.
for stand-up comedy, black comedians, feelings of black self-worth,
All right.
and he was groundbreaking on so many ways. But from what I can gather, oh my God, was he predatory?
predator.
Oh Jesus! But I mean, not like
Like R. Kelly too. Shout out R. Kelly. He can make some good music, but you do some dumb shit.
Yeah, wait, I haven't heard. He's just been in jail.
Well,
I think.
he's trying to get a retrial using Bill Cosby lawyer. The guy that got Bill Cosby.
Yeah, yeah, you know, the thing, you know, in today, in today's world, you know, guys like R. Kelly, you can get it. You can get him on video, and so, you know, back, you know, when Cosby was doing what he was doing, there were no witnesses, man.
Yeah.
And who are you going to believe?
Right. And the shit that he was giving them, those quaaludes and all that, they probably couldn't even remember what the hell was going on.
No,
I've never taken one, but I'm pretty sure you feel
you're
like
gone. It's like it's date rape. You're basically, you know, not conscious.
Wow. That's disgusting.
And again, I think with him, it was so excessive. It's almost hard to believe. You know, you could say like
it was just one of his things that he did.
but a lot, not like a little, a lot. I mean, like it's got to be. It's got to be like in the hundreds.
Wow.
Over the course of God knows how many years. He was doing this he was doing it before he was doing the Cosby Show. Wow. It's been his
MO.
Yeah.
Damn.
And to me,
What does MO stand for?
modus operandi, which is like your method of operation, your shtick, how you do what you do.
I like that. Learn something new. Message.
Yeah. But I'm not. It's really sad when you have, you know, people that are really held to a, you know, they're held in high esteem, and then
behind the doors,
and then they fall, they crash, and you know, and he really crashed, and man, I don't know. Then you deal with the forever bias against women. So, you know, the women who brought charges against Trump, of which there were quite a number, all right?
Yeah. Why is he not in jail?
Nothing, you know.
Rich white male? Does that have something to do with it?
Oh, yeah. I mean, oh my God. Yeah, you sent me a thing that was really. You were thinking about real
social media platform.
Oh yeah, I have you seen it?
There were some bugs that they had to get out of it. It's about 300,000 people already signed up and ready to utilize it. It's just when it launched, it crashed, and like there's some things they got to work out on the technical side of it, the IT, the background. So, but that's going to be a crazy. You think about how many people are. It's like a private group text message, right? They're going to have their own platform where the Trumpers are going to be able to communicate with only each other in a closed system. That seems scary. That seems scarier than Putin to me.
Well, I don't, man. You know, it's like, it's almost like, where are we? And
where are we headed?
The Putin thing to me, it's almost like, what year is this? Because you almost, you know, like to think, boy, we've really progressed.
Have we?
No, not. And this is like, oh my God, the suffering that he personally is causing.
Since before he was with KGB.
Oh,
he's probably.
This is a bad mama jama. No, this guy is like. He's really a bad dude, and unquestionably one of the richest men in the world by billions and billions of dollars.
That's crazy.
Okay, all of his cronies. Now this is like a communist country where, you know, there isn't like private money.
Okay.
His buddies, of which there are a huge number, man, they got billions of dollars. There are so many Russians with like $100 million yachts all over the world.
That's why he's going to he says he's going to legalize Bitcoin for one. He's going to legalize Bitcoin, let them use it throughout the country, and also he's making it so that hackers, it's not illegal to hack. Like he's promoting hackers.
Well, they are. Well, really, Russia, China, the U.S., and probably Israel are the world-class
Spy
spies, techno spies.
Techno spies.
All right, I mean world-class.
Yeah.
And the CIA, which doesn't really abide by any kind of rules.
They create the rules.
They have been accumulating our personal data.
Oh my goodness! It's
for
metadata at that point.
For a really, really long time, and there's no control over that. So they kind of put the kibosh on FBI or you know, the NSA for doing that. So Ed Snowden, you know, exposed all of that. Yeah,
he's in Russia right now.
He's in Russia, and it's like, whoa! I ain't even thinking about that. He better, yeah. We're probably not going to hear from him.
He'd be all right. He's like, that guy is so smart that he understands. Like, I guarantee he has a bunch of money too. He's been probably trading crypto and doing these interviews, and he probably has a lot of digital currency. And I know for a fact that being in the surveillance or the national security department, he has access, or he had access to know where all the top places in the world to go to be okay, to be like, just fit in with the society, fit in with the community.
Yeah, I don't know. He's very smart.
And elusive.
And he somehow managed to walk the political tightrope in being in Russia. And Putin is a lot of things, but he's also very crafty. And it's great for Putin to have Snowden in Russia.
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah. So
why give Snowden a hard time?
Right.
And I don't think Snowden is about to come out with. He really doesn't deal in so much in country politics. He deals with, you know, security, accumulation of data, all of that.
Right.
That's his bag. I don't think we'll hear from him about what's going on. But again, again, as we said, today's day one.
Yeah. Shout out day one.
Yeah.
But since we could talk about this off air, we probably do need to wrap it up. It's guaranteed been more than 30 minutes.
For real? You serious?
It's been a really elaborate conversation. We touched a bunch of points, and also it was like real fluid, and we never had to think about like what's coming next. It was just a boom, ba bada, boom, ba back.
Well, again, it's almost, if it didn't happen today, it might not be like, it's almost like how can we not talk about
what's happening?
What because it's so big.
It's fresh press, baby.
And well, the implications or the ripples. This thing hasn't even started to rippling yet.
The seed.
We're talking.
It just cracked out the seed.
Is this
we
mother?
don't even know what kind of plant is going to.
No, this mother's going to ripple, and it'll be. Interesting isn't a good word. When we get together next, which will be in a while, which is cool. We'll have a whole different
perspective.
So I could almost guarantee that based on this conversation and how it's very much in the infancy of what is about to really unfold, it's impossible for me to think like whether, like 2 weeks or so from now, it's going to be like, oh, we got to talk about what's happened.
Let's end them with this. Do you think that there will be troops from America in Russia or in Taiwan?
No.
Okay.
Not a chance.
It's going to be just air support, NATO?
Maybe. I don't think we're going to want to put
boots on ground?
From any of the NATO countries.
I don't think, speaking for some of my friends who are still active duty, nobody wants to go to war anymore.
That's the thing. It's like
people are over that shit.
no, but that's what it's like. Geez, I thought we were over. It's like
We were such patriots in the beginning, but then you see all the turmoil and destruction and death, and it's like nobody wants to go through that.
no, but
There's a few people who are gung ho.
oh God, oh, are you kidding me? They'll wait. We haven't heard from them yet. They're gonna be like, let's go in and let's you know and
Let's
but-
boil their balls.
But oh God. But listen, I'm reminded of one of the great sight jokes. So I suppose it's in The Godfather 3. No, which was an awful movie, and Pacino was the aging Godfather at this point, and he thought he was clean. Got with the Pope.
He's
cool.
fat-faced at this point.
And then the line that it ended up becoming like a classic line from that one is they keep pulling me back. He would do that. He did it a couple. He said, you know, because he's trying to get out, and they keep pulling me back.
Yeah.
So, you know, getting back to the comment of we're better. We're beyond that, but we're not.
We're not.
I mean, clearly we're not.
We got some work to do, people.
No, it's
you, us, every single human.
It's still those teenage boys in the basement going, hey, I'm gonna beat your ass.
They wouldn't be able to do what they do without support.
Yeah, well, of course, the
revolution will not be televised.
No, that's
know that.
It's again, it's really unfortunate, and I know that we have to go, and I spend so much of my conscious time and with my pod thing on climate issues, on global issues. And the global issues, they require like global solutions.
Yeah.
They require
out of the box thinking.
They require coming together. Okay, and when something like this occurs, then I look and it's saying, oh really? How about no way, Jose? In terms of what needs to be done for climate and all of that, and when something like this can happen, in the midst of what's going on in the world, and the suffering in the world, and the poverty and blah. I mean, endless kind of stuff. And this is it. No, you know what I mean? It's like, oh, this is like the best we can fucking do.
Right.
Go in and beat the shit. It's like, then if it's, oh, you want to pick on somebody your own size.
Right. And that's how it goes. That's why we're stepping in now.
Well, we'll see. What I think we're going to step in non-physical. We're going to step in aphysical, if there is such a word, finance, and they're not going to be able to bank. They're not going to be able to move money.
Sanctions are already being imposed.
Yeah,
already.
But to me, I wouldn't have been like, and we have more up our sleeve. I would have done the financial Nagasaki to him. Bam, right away. I mean.
But if they adopt cryptocurrency, there's nothing you can do about it. If all of the
it's going to be very difficult. I mean, he is really he's isolating himself from the world, which may have been cool back in the days of Stalin or Mao Zedong.
Well, I mean, whatever the case may be, we will reach.
Oh, yeah.
We will reach this
Got carried
conversation right back the next time we come. I'm gonna be gone for a while, guys. I'm checking out a few places, leaving the country too for a little bit, and so we'll get back to where we left off and see. Hopefully, nothing crazy happens while I'm gone, like any nuclear explosions and none of that.
Oh
shit.
God, no.
Because then we might not have a grid to even put our podcast or our YouTube show.
No, that's really true. But you can always weekly check out my podcast, That Mind and the Motorcycle. I'm covering the news, and inconceivable to me that for my next one in around a week, I just put one up, that I'm not going to talk about it. I purposely didn't talk about it last night because it was just beginning.
Right,
it's like,
right.
no, I'm
Save
not
it for the
doing
next
no.
episode.
So I used the quote from Rachel Carson about civilization and how we treat each other, and that's so. Anyway,
So if you watched it all the way to the end, make sure you subscribe. If you haven't already, you like and you share this with as many people as your phone. That, guys, has been F&F. Thank you for watching. Love, peace, hair grease.
peace and love, and I never meant it more.